Hello everyone, continuing with our unit 3, that is friction. In this particular lecture I will be focusing myself to numericals on collar bearings. As in the last two lectures we have solved several numericals on bearings, that is pivot bearings and different types of pivot bearings, that is flat pivot bearing, conical pivot bearing and truncated conical pivot bearing, that is trapezoidal pivot bearing. So in this particular lecture I will be taking one easiest numerical on collar bearing. So let's start. First of all, again I will be repeating the same thing, that please keep your pens and notebook with you to make the proper understanding and effective concepts. So this is our question number 4 for the unit friction. So first write down this question completely, then we will start. I would request that you can pause the video and first write this question, that is a thrust shaft of a ship has 6 collars of 60 mm external diameter. So this is the question of flat collar bearing where we are using multiple collars also. So a thrust shaft of ship have 6 collars of 600 mm external diameter and 300 mm internal diameter. The total thrust for the propeller is 100 kilonewton. If the coefficient of friction is 0.12 and speed of engine is 90 rpm, again find the power absorbed in friction at the thrust block, first assuming uniform pressure and second assuming uniform wear. So since the problem is of thrust bearing, therefore consider the problem as the problem of flat collar bearing, as the collar bearing are the thrust bearing. So here small n represents the number of collars, that is 6 given. D1 is the outer diameter. Here I will show you this particular figure. So here R1 and R2 are the external and internal diameters of the collars, or we can say the internal diameter or radius in this particular case, which is shown that this internal diameter of the collar or the internal radius of the collar can also be termed as the radius of the shaft or the diameter of the shaft. Clear? So whenever we are saying that the internal radius of the collar, it means the diameter of the shaft, as we are neglecting several tolerances and clearances for the analysis and numerical purposes. So coming back, so in this particular question it is given that D1 is 600 mm converted into radius, that is R1 is 300 mm, D2 is 300 mm, that is R2 is 150 mm, W, that is load transmitted, given 100 kilonewton, that is 10 raised to the power 3. The system is not taking this, so it is not 100, it is 100 kilonewton. So 100 into 10 raised to the power 3, that is 1 lakh newton. Mu is 0.12, that is coefficient of friction. RPM is 90 rpm, so converted into radian per second. So 2 pi n by 60, n is 90. So put the value, we get 9.426 radian per second. Now for flat collar bearing, the formula is, for considering uniform pressure, frictional torque is 2 by 3 mu W, R1 cube minus R2 cube upon R1 square minus R2 square. This is very important and very effective formula for flat collar bearing. And considering uniform wear, where product of P into R is constant, the frictional torque is 1 by 2 mu W R1 plus R2, where mu is coefficient of friction, W is load transmitted, R1 and R2 are the external and internal radius of collar respectively. So now what we need to do is we need to calculate the power absorbed in friction. So for power we require torque, so we will proceed the way we have done previous numericals. Now assuming uniform pressure, we know that total frictional torque transmitted is equals to T is equals to 2 by 3 mu W R1 cube minus R2 cube upon R1 square minus R2 square. I would again say that please write these formulas in a piece of paper before solving the numerical. this will help you in all the ways possible. That is, for you, solving the numerical will be like a game. If you are remembering the formulas and the nomenclature, what does this mu means, what does this m means, what does this w means, what is r1, what is r2, what, etc. So this is very important. So assuming uniform pressure, frictional torque is 2 by 3 mu w r1 cube minus r2 cube upon r1 square minus r2 square. So putting these all values, we get 2 by 3, mu is 0.12, w is 100 into 10 raised to the power 3, r1 is 300, r2 is 150. Here we have not converted it into mm, we can directly convert it into mm, and then here we have not converted it into meters, so we can directly convert them into meters here also, or once you get the answer, solving this particular equation for frictional torque considering uniform pressure, T comes out to be 2800 into 10 raised to the 8 power 3 Newton mm. That is, frictional torque comes out to be 2800 into 10 raised to the power 3 Newton mm. Converting it into Newton meter, divide it by 1000, it is 2800 Newton meter. Now T is calculated, so therefore power absorbed in friction is T omega, that is 2800 into 9.426, that is omega. It comes out to be 26,400 watt or 26.4 kilowatt. Hope it is clear. So we are done with all pivot bearings and also the conical bearing considering uniform pressure. Now in this same numerical we have power absorbed in friction assuming uniform wear. All you need is, just the formula should be known to you, rest everything is easy. So T is for frictional torque considering uniform wear, T is 1 by 2 mu w r1 plus r2. So it is half into mu is 0.12, w is 100 into 10 raised to the power 3, r1 is 300, r2 is 150. Putting all these values, it will come out to be 2700 into 10 raised to the power 3 Newton mm. Converting it into Newton meter, that is divided by 1000 or 10 raised to the power 3, it is 2700 Newton meter. So this is our frictional torque. Now power absorbed in friction is T omega. So putting the value of T, then omega, multiply, you will get 25,450 watt as the power absorbed in friction considering uniform wear, that is 25.45 kilowatt is the answer. Hope it is clear. One common mistake that everyone do is they solve till frictional torque and they stop the answer. So you must know what exactly is asked in the question and what is the unit of all the parameters and the final solution. So these are very important. So thank you so much.